Bruh. Just, bruh. This greatness. This greatness. Nanatsu no Taizai, also known as the 7 Deadly Sins. I've heard a bunch of people say that it was good, and I underestimated them for a little bit because it looked good. It looked like it was a good anime, a good manga, but then I saw the first episode. It was freaking awesome. Like, this is an upcoming shonen. Like, all that long anime is dying, and it's now time for a new generation of shonens, and the Nanatsu no Taizai is going to take the throne. So what this setting is I've heard a bunch of people say that it has a fairy tale setting, has that nakama, like, has that nakama feeling, also known as friend feeling, but I don't really think so. The only atmosphere that you would get from fairy tales like the bar and stuff, because that like originated from the fairy tale guild. But aside from that, it is about the 7 deadly sins. The 7 deadly sins are 7 ruthless knights that carry these symbols somewhere on their body, and they're ruthless, and they all carry the power of the 7 deadly sins: lust, anger, greed, pride, wrath, shoot, I forgot the other ones. Dang it, I only got 5. I don't care. I've been watching too much Fullmetal Alchemist, and I still don't know. But whatever. But envy and gluttony, yes, those 7. There we go. But I thought it was gonna be some Fullmetal Alchemist crap, because you have all these guys, which it sort of is, but then again it isn't, because you're sort of taking on all forms of sin, but it seems as if 7 deadly sins are their allies. It's sort of like they're against the government, and the 7 deadly sins were powerful and ruthless knights, but then the holy knights and the sacred knights, they had a little conspiracy with them, Illuminati. Sort of like that. They had a little conspiracy against them. So they, rumors say that the Holy Knights and Sacred Knights teamed up and beat the living crap out of the 7 deadly sins, and they died. But they didn't die, because people are still looking for them, the Holy Knights. And our story begins with our hero, Melodius, or I don't know how to pronounce his name, I'm just gonna go with Melodius, and he is the owner of this bar. And he has a talking pig. Like, I would want to have my sidekick as a talking pig, and the pig's name is Hawk. Like, I love Hawk. Like, it's really cool. I would like to have a talking pig as a pet. If you do too, tell me in the comments. But it's just I like the way that it was going, and people are going like, wait, this kid owns the bar? And yeah, he does own the bar, and he carries the sword. He carries a sword around him. And it's broken, by the way, but it's just cool to scare people and stuff. But then again, something broken does have a lot of power. But then, once they see this knight with rusty armor coming in, and they're going like, oh my gosh, it's the 7 deadly sins, run! Or it's a rusty knight. They're like, oh my god, it's a rusty knight, run! And they're all just running away because they're all scared by this guy walking in. But whoever was in the armor falls down, and that is our next main character, called Elizabeth. And Elizabeth is going to play a major role. And when I mean a major role, you'll just have to find out later in the review. But she basically fainted, and Melodius takes care of her. This guy, he's not a normal pervert. This guy just I slow clap. Like, you have to slow compliment him on how he does this. So he's looking at her, and then he grabs her boob, and then she stands up going like, what are you doing? And this is what this guy did. He looks her straight in the eye, and he's just groping her, going like, heartbeat seems to be okay. I salute you. I salute you. Just, you pulled that off. And then she said, thank you. Just like Will Smith. I ain't even mad. But, and then they introduced themselves, and the government, or the whole part of the Holy Knights, the Mustache Group, I think that's what they're called, they're looking for the rusty knight. They came over here, and they all try to make a trick and stuff. Hawk escorts them out, And then Hawk, he's really powerful. He could make a few good, like an expert running back, because he was running after all these soldiers. He was trucking them, just go like bah bah, like he was just running them all over. And then they go into that little fight, and then they have to face against Twigo, and Twigo is part of the Holy Knights. And this guy, his sword, he can slice through anything. He just uses the Omni Slash and completely sliced an entire forest, and that's just cool. And then we also realize that Melodias also is part of the seven deadly sins that Elizabeth was looking for. But we also realize that Elizabeth was a princess. She's a prince, the third princess. I forgot of the kingdom, but that's really cool. She was a princess looking for the seven deadly sins, and she found Melodias with the he's the sin of anger, and he's really powerful. And he had all of those wanted posters, and just dang, like, okay, he's part of. I could have pictured him a little taller, but he had a little flashback, and we're like, you know what, Elizabeth, that's me, I'm that guy. And that sword that apparently looked to be empty, that looked cut off, he actually completely set Twigo flying. And then the hill that the bar was supposed to be on was actually a giant hawk, mother hawk. We're like, whoa, like, whoa. So you were living on top of a pig the entire time. We're like, alright, seems legit. And then their adventure starts to go look for the seven deadly sins as they run away. And this shonen is good. That Taizai greatness. I'm gonna start reviewing this. Like, I'm gonna start episode by episode. And you know what? I'm gonna even read the manga. They're like on chapter 97, I think. There's little spoilers when I went on to what they were saying, but I'm gonna read this manga and I'm gonna review this anime and this review. So if you guys like what I'm about to do, and if you guys like this review, be sure to comment, hit that like button like it stole something, and subscribe to my channel for more anime and gaming. If you guys like that too, be sure to follow me on Twitter. That will be in the description. And just tell me, how much do you like that Taizai greatness? And until we meet again.